Heading out to the Snoqualmie National Forest today, exploring the area to the east of the Seattle Metroplex, where the foothills transition to the mountains. We drove way back into the area behind Mount Si, starting off on the west side of the mountain and traveling north towards the National Forest boundary. The trip started at the town of North Bend, Washington, about 30 minutes east of Seattle. As we headed north out of town, we quickly found a gravel route taking us into the mountains. Despite it being a blue sky day in the middle of summer, once we got out of town, we saw almost no one out on the roads we were exploring today. Just out on a day trip today, exploring an area close to home. You don't always have to go on an extended drive and an overnight camping trip to explore something new. I had wanted to go up the main mountain valley formed by the North Fork of the Snoqualmie River for a while now, after looking at it on the topology map for years. The road crossed back and forth across the river numerous times as we made our way up the valley. There were a variety of different bridge types crossing the waterways, most low with no guardrails, in single lane only. My Gaia GPS map showed that the forest road we were on branched, and we decided to go up the Lenox Creek River Valley below a multi-thousand-foot ridgeline called Prospector's Ridge. The Lenox Creek Valley extended about 3 miles into the deep forest, and it was definitely a place of peace and isolation deep within the Snoqualmie National Forest. According to the map, we were surrounded by the Alpine Lakes Wilderness, with the boundary line being a few thousand feet up the mountainsides on both sides of the road. The Lenox Creek Valley extended about 3 miles into the deep forest, and it was definitely a place of peace and isolation deep within the Snoqualmie National Forest. According to the map, we were surrounded by the Alpine Lakes Wilderness, with the boundary line being a few thousand feet up the mountainsides on both sides of the road. So, we got to the end of the road. Like a lot of these roads, it just ended in a washout that happened years ago. But this particular washout happened right in front of this really neat old bridge. So this is the definition of an old logging bridge. Just old timber, bolted together. But the main beams under this thing are some massive trees. It's definitely a bridge that I wouldn't drive a car over again. It's washed out, there's holes. You can see right through to the bottom. It's pretty neat. Here at the end of the road, I believe this is Lenox Creek. Although I don't know if Lenox Creek is what washed out the road. It might be a cross stream here. I'll look on the map. But yeah, the road just ends where washout happened, and a very neat old timber bridge exists. I'm gonna get some more pictures of it. Maybe we should do some quad flying around it.